Hello everyone and welcome to SOS Wrestling and episode 14 of our UPW Local to Global series. First off, I want to apologize for the first half or so of the episode, last episode that I did being kind of wonky. Don't really know what happened there. Something with OBS screwed up, so nothing I can really do about it now, obviously. But it's still watchable and the second half is fine, so hopefully it didn't, affect your viewing pleasure too much. But with that, we can go ahead and get right into the show. Pretty big episode this, as you can probably tell from the title, which will be, hopefully, if I can remember, Bracketology, because we are starting off a tournament. But before I give away too much information, I'll go ahead and let Steve explain it. So we're going to hop right into the show. Alright, so Steve Carino comes out to a big pop to start off the show, obviously, considering this is his first show back. Steve says, "It's good to be back, and now that I am back in control of UPW, you can expect to see some changes, which is why I'd like to announce the first ever UPW Super 8 tournament. It will feature 8 of the best guys we have to offer, and the winner will not only receive the Super 8 trophy, but also a title shot for any belt they choose. 36 rating for this. Here is the bracket for the Super 8 tournament. We got Moose versus Dalton Castle tonight, and I can't remember what the other matches are because I made this bracket a while ago. So yeah, we'll have the first, or not the first two. We'll have Moose versus Dalton Castle and one other first round match in this show, and then next fight night we'll have the 2 other first round matches. So we're gonna knock out the first round in this episode, and hopefully you guys are excited for this tournament. In about that, I had good heat and decent wrestling. Moose defeated Dalton Castle in 11:43 by pinfall. Moose got a 53, Castle got a 46. I need to take Moose, or Tommy Dreamer, off of Moose's manager. The only reason I didn't fire Tommy Dreamer is because he is Colby Carino's mentor, and I kind of want Colby to get as good as he possibly can. So I decided, what the heck, why don't we keep him? Just not use him on any shows, so I should probably take him off. But 50 rating, Dalton Castle in performance, Moose in technical. So these guys are just definitely team players right here, especially Moose. I was not expecting him to get as good as he is, but apparently, it's not like we built him. It's definitely been TNA or House of Hardcore, one of the two. They definitely helped him out a bit. But, and about that, a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. LAX defeated the boys in 10:07 when Angel Ortiz defeated Brandon Tate by pinfall, illegally using the ropes for leverage. 32 rating, Brent Tate got a 33, so did Brandon. Santana 30, Angel Ortiz 33, and Santana's improving in performance. So, not a great match right here, but tag team division is going to get a little bit of a boost probably next week, so in this episode, and you'll see what I'm talking about, I guess, in the next show. But this should be before, the tag match, but who cares. After winning his first round match, Moose grabs the mic. Moose says, "I'm sure a lot of you are surprised that I'm still here. Well, I've got one thing to say to you all. I am not a follower. I am not going to run away with my tail between my legs. I am not going to be anyone's bodyguard. I'm here for me, and I'm here to dominate." And it's got a 67 rating based off of Moose's menace, I'm pretty sure. And good for Moose. Really happy about that. Probably one of the better angles we've put on. And yeah, basically, give Moose more mic time. Or more menace time, I guess. And in the second match of the first round, Hansen defeated JT Dunn in 8:08 by pinfall. Dunn got a 38, Hansen got a 45 for a 39 rating. Hansen, really good by him. And Hansen also improving in performance. So, pretty quick match by Hansen, but I didn't want to absolutely bury JT because I kind of want to do stuff with him eventually. Or more stuff with him. But yeah, and you might be wondering why I did the top and the bottom matches for the bracket, and that's basically because I didn't want to have you know who was going up against each other in the second round until the end of the episode. Just a little thing. But here is what the bracket is looking like after those two matches. Obviously, Hansen and Moose advancing to the second round. We will see who they will be facing after the next show. And moving on to the next segment. Decent match. Kairi Hojo defeated Virginia Blackwood in 10-10 by pinfall. Hojo got a 64. Blackwood got a 24 for a 50 rating. And that was our main event, and a great main event it was. Moving on to the last segment of the match, or of the show. After the match, Kairi Hojo's celebration is cut short when Barbie Hayden comes out with a mic. While walking the ring slowly, Barbie says, "Sorry to interrupt, Kairi, but I've been wondering, why is it that I'm the only woman on the roster that hasn't been given a title shot yet?" Kairi starts to speak but is cut off. And Barbie says, "Is it because you know that you cannot beat me?" Kairi starts to respond but is cut off again. And Barbie says, "Well, if that's the case, then I definitely understand." Barbie nails Kairi with a cheap shot and then continues to beat her down. And 54 ratings, so really good for this. Apparently she performed poorly, but 54 ratings, so you can't really complain about that. You might be wondering, hey, why is Barbie Hayden in the title picture? Well, I looked on the hot prospects, and apparently she's number 1. She can apparently become a fantastic in-ring performer if built the right way. So that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to build her up. Because we need a stronger women's division, and I kind of want to build up some people rather than just hiring some people. So, with the end of the show, 52 rating, really, really good, especially for a small company. We'll see what our popularity is looking like after, or at the end of the episode, probably, because, timing. But with that, I will go ahead and jump into the second fight night of the episode. Alright, so we start off UPW Fight Night, the second one. Decided to do this one only a week after the last one, because, we had the money for it. And, if we can get our popularity up faster, then I'll take that opportunity. So, in about that, a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Flex Freeman defeated Cody Hall in 7:32 by pinfall. Flex Freeman advances to face Hansen in the second round of the UPW Super 8 tournament. 24 rating on this match, obviously not great, but Flex Freeman did get a 28. Cody Hall only got a 26. I'm thinking of putting him in a tag team. I just don't know with who. I might need to bring in some new faces, or not faces, some new heels really, but you know what I meant. So yeah, probably going to put him in a tag team or maybe even a stable. I was going to bring Bullet Club in, but I kind of want to make my own thing with that. So, we'll see. Leave any stable names in the comments, by the way, because I'll probably have a really hard time with that. I normally do. And moving on, a decent match. Penelope Ford and Barbie Hayden defeated Kimberly and Kairi Hojo in 13:32 when Barbie Hayden defeated Kimberly by pinfall, illegally using the ropes for leverage. I meant her to pin Kairi Hojo, but she was not having it. So just kind of imagine that she pinned Kairi Hojo. In terms of in-ring work, Kairi Hojo was obviously head and shoulders of everybody else. Barbie Hayden only got a 14. But with this win, hopefully she's improving a little bit. No worker improvements. Yeah, not a great match, obviously. At least for this women's division, considering they normally put on like 50s. But hopefully Barbie Hayden can be carried to a good match by Kairi Hojo. I'm very hopeful and, very optimistic that she will be able to. But in a decent match, David Starr defeated JT Dunn in 11:17 by pinfall. David Starr makes defense number 1 of his UPW Ironman title. JT Dunn got a 36, Starr got a 41 for a 39 rating. I need to change Starr's picture because I found a better one that I think is a lot more recent and kind of fits his look a little more, and it looks better. But other than that, no worker improvements. And moving on to the next segment, which is after winning, David Starr is clotheslined from behind by Jason Lee. who quickly locks in his signature submission hold, refusing to let go until Starr gives him a title shot at the Iron Man title. 46 rating on that, no worker improvements. So yeah, Jason Lee, definitely all business. He goes after what he wants, and that submission hold, which I have not figured out what his signature submission hold is, so insert signature submission hold here, basically. I'll figure it out. Basically, just need to look up some submission hold names and see which one sounds best. And about that, a decent reaction from the crowd, but subpar wrestling. Colby Corino defeated Alex Colon in 12-13 by submission, and apparently they have pretty good chemistry, and Colby Corino got a 30, so good for Corino. A 30 rating here, about what I was expecting from this match. Here's what the bracket's looking like now that we have all of the first round matchups done. It is Corino versus Moose, and Hansen versus Freeman in the second round. Coincidentally, it has turned out to be face versus heel, which is good, because that'll help the ratings. And yeah, hopefully we can finish this tournament off with a good couple ratings, I think this might be our main event, which is probably not the best decision. Yeah, it was our main event. LAX walk out to the ring with microphones. Ortiz says, "Get your lazy asses up and clap for your tag team champs. Undisputed champs, if I might add, because nobody in this company can take on LAX. Suddenly, unfamiliar music hits as Roppongi Vice emerges from the back. A stunned LAX, obviously, because they might be having to face, I don't know how many times they've won the IWGP Junior Tag Team titles, but in the game it says 2, so I'm going to say 2. Two-time IWGP Tag Team champions. They roll out of the ring as Roppongi Vice taunts them from the ramp. And that'll end off the show. Not a great main event back with the Alex Colon and Colby Corino. I forgot to put the women's match as our main event, but I guess it'll work out okay. This rating will hopefully help it. And yeah, a 35. Which isn't awful considering, we have a pretty high, bar that I've set with the last show. And you can't get that every night, especially considering, just storylines. I don't want to just put, main event matches, not main event matches, like pay-per-view type matches every single fight night, because that would just kind of spoil it. But, yeah, at least it increased our popularity, and I'll go ahead and, look around at the size and stuff in a second. I'm gonna, cut so you guys don't have to wait for it to load, because it'll take a little bit. But, yeah, we'll go ahead and cut to all the extra stuff that I'll show you right before we end off this episode. Alright, so first off, male, a 10 rating, and Aaron Bauer signed a non-exclusive contract with AIW. Hopefully that doesn't mess up our schedule any. We only lost like 10,000 on that last show, not even like 9,000. So I think we might just have to start going weekly, even with Roppongi Vice. So yeah, I think we're going to have to start going weekly with these fight nights. But hopefully Aaron Bauer doesn't mess up our... Okay, yeah, we're good. So basically every day other than Monday and Tuesday is, not open for us, which is okay. Well, we make it work. And yeah, as far as size goes, we're 14 importance in the tri-state, and yeah, like I said, we're basically 10 everywhere, except for 13 in Australia for some reason. Yeah, 29 importance is regional, so we're a bit of a ways away, and yeah, can't wait to book for it will probably reach regional sometime in 2019, which is, pretty relatively quickly. Not really much else to go over. Look at the titles real quick. 76 Prestige, 62, 60. Well, that's a Super 8 tournament. 58 on the tag team. Expect that to go up with Roppongi Vice. And women's 62. So the women's is actually tied with Iron Man. It was higher than Iron Man, but I guess that JT Dunn versus David Starr match boosted it a little bit. And yeah, that's going to go ahead and end off the episode. Hopefully everything worked technically and all that good stuff. If you did like, please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. Watch the live stream. If hopefully this comes out on Thursday, so I will hopefully be able to live stream on Friday. I currently have a live stream set for 6:30, but hopefully you guys can 6:30 p.m. by the way, Central Time. Yeah, shameless plug, but I like the live stream. It's a cool series. If you haven't seen it, I would suggest you go back. The last two, like 2 weeks, I had to delete the videos or live streams from the record because one of them was 8 hours long because I forgot to actually stop streaming, which is great. But, you know, I'm rambling now, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.